I'm not trying to be anyone special. Never wanted to be a hero. Just a man who saw the fire. And I've got 0 fucks left to give. Nothing. Nada. 0. I've told you before, I'm not here to coddle, not here to make you feel good. I'm here to be heard, to warn you. Understood. Understood. There's a war coming, the horizon storm. Though I'm unsure the exact time, unsure of its final form. But I know it's real close to our shore, and I'm not wasting breath on pretty words anymore. That's why I speak plainly. There's only so much time, and I've only got one life I can live. Time changes a man, and I've got 0 fucks left to give.
Alright. Welcome to Goof On, everybody. Hope you are doing well this evening. It is Thursday, April 23rd, 2026. And we are still unsure about the reality we live in. How about this? Boop! That's how you change reality in an instant. Don't be alarmed. It's just a shirt. That's it. And a little bit of agita. That's all it is. But I'm glad you guys could be here today, tonight, to now. Because, things haven't changed much since yesterday in the ufological world. Which is why we're going to be talking about this. I think we need to keep talking about it because different things and different people in different situations, different ideas, different hypotheses keep showing up. And let's just say it. We're not going to know what happened to the people that are missing. I think they're gone already. The scientists I'm talking about. I think they're already on it. I think they're gone forever. And it's sad. That McCasland guy. He overseen everything. If he was the guy, the only one that went missing or whatever you want to call it, it would still have an impact and we would still be saying the same things. He knew too much. It's about UFOs. There's a big secret he knows that they don't want us to know. My question to the government or the peoples that did this to McCasland and the others is, why? Why? Why eliminate people? It brings more attention. I'm just thinking, something bad had to have happened, or something bad was found out, and all these people knew, one way or the other. Yeah, we're beating a dead horse here, but I don't think it's for an unnecessary reason. I think this will be, it already is, a turning point, a historic point, a magical point in ufology. Magical. Yeah. I think something, and the only reason I'm going to say what I'm going to say is because of the actions, the things that we've seen. Something was imminent, is imminent, or is about to be imminent in the way of disclosure. Did they eliminate the people that were going to tell us? Did they? Did they cut the head off the snake? Because you got to cut the head off the snake. Because if they didn't cut the head off the snake, see, this is a big snake, though. To take out 11? To take out 11. These people had lives, man. Lives, spouses, children. They were changing history that we know of and don't know of. My thing is, this government did not want us to know, so they eliminated every person who knew. So I have a question. What about them? Those who took the lives or changed the lives of those that worked there must know exactly what they knew. So why do they get to walk around? Why do they get to live when others don't? That's just wrong on every moral book, every moral thing you could think of. What's happened is wrong. Taking people's lives. My God. You know, you take someone's mother and father away, a child's mother and father away, you didn't just get rid of them, you ruined the lives of those children. You've changed them forever, for the worse. And they will grow up, and those who haven't grown up, wondering why my mommy or daddy was merved. Why were they? It ain't over yet. We're just getting started. Their lives have changed, and they're just getting started. Welcome to Goof On Tonight. I appreciate everybody hanging out. You know, I know we've been talking about the same thing pretty much every night, but it's important. And I think it's important enough to keep talking about it. No matter how upset or how bored you may be, I have a job to do. And I know this may not be something you wanted to hear tonight, but I throw in a little bit of other stuff that we can, talk about. So we don't just have the same things over and over. Look, nobody gets bored quicker than I do. So I understand hearing the same things over and over and over again. Jeremy Corbell over and over. But it's not. You guys are just busting my chops because they keep being in the news and I have to talk about it. The name of the show is Goof on Paranormal News now. So it should have been always that. I used to put in the title of the show, hey, where's that big UFO hiding? Plus, UFO news and paranormal events is what I used to put in the title. But that's just like 36 characters that don't need to be there. So we just changed the name of the show. Goof on Paranormal News. Easy done, peasy go. And that's why we're doing what we're doing. And don't forget, less than, a week away. What day is it? Let's find out what day. We will start the 2 o'clock show on May 4th. May the 4th be with you. So on May 1st, that's a Friday. I'm going to take that weekend off, I think. And I don't know what I'm going to do, but May 1st is a Friday. So what I might do is just take those 3 days off, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and then we start officially at 2 Eastern on Monday the 4th. So who's here tonight? Who is here tonight? Brian Yates, everybody. Brian Birds. How you doing, man? Jeanette, the angel of Goof On. What do you say there, Snapper Lady? The Metalhead. What's up, MJ? Good. Glad you're here. Good to see you. Can always use your comments. Hey, Licity. It's Thirsty Thursday, and my drink of choice is, oh, well, that's extremely nice, is Goof On. Yeah, it is a good drink. A little mixed up, a little mixture with fruit. No, I don't know. Hey, I just cut myself down. So you're saying fruit is a cut down? No, shut off, alter ego. Good to see you. Hey, Beza. How you doing? It's the Beza, everybody. Beza. Good to see you. Hey, Gresham kid. McCasland is in hiding. Yeah, I think he might be. Yeah. It's very possible they're all in hiding, except for the dead ones. See, that wouldn't make sense to me. Like, why some of them get to live and the others are apparently dead. And we don't know if those people have been offed. We just got to take the word of the fake news. Sucks. Can you imagine living in that world where they can fake your death? And then you just go live on some obscure country island location and change your tan, Yeah, I don't know, guys. Hey, Paris Diamonds. Howdy doody, fresh and fruity. What do you say, Lady in Diamond? Hey, can you believe it? It's Foghorn Leghorn, everybody. How you doing, man? It's very good to see you. I was just thinking about you. Well, I saw your name and I started thinking about it. I'm kidding. It was like a week ago. I'm like, hey, where is that Foghorn Leghorn? Good to see you. I'm glad you're here. Thank you. UFO 91_1. How you doing? Good to see you. Yep. 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 Paula Fowl. How you doing, Paula? The Paula Faust. The Paula Faust. That, why do we say the moon, the sun, but we don't say the earth? We call it Earth, right? We say Jupiter, we say Mars. We don't say the Mars. I think it's weird that we say the moon. Hey, where do you live? Moon. The moon. Oh, okay. Because when you say moon, everybody's like, which one? There's 56 at Saturn and 52. Yeah. Hey, Grimble Grumble. Gribble Grumble. You changed it, I think. I think it's good. I think I like it. So what am I gonna say now? Good to see everybody. Glenn Collins, the big band man. What do you say? How do you bees? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. You always have such wonderful intros, like when you come in. What's this, Paris? The cancer researcher Tomas. It is nuclear physics. Okay, I don't know the context. What's up, Simon from Dublin? Oh, Simon from Dublin. Hey, everyone, it's been a while. It has. Who the hell are you? No, I'm kidding. I'm joking. Of course I don't know you. Huh? Of course I know you. You're hearing things. Good to see you again. I'm messing with you. Cindy Krause. Did I already say hi? If not, I'll say it again anyway. Cindy Krause, hello. Welcome to the show. All right, let's get going. If I didn't say your name, it doesn't mean I don't love you. It means we got a lot of show to do and not a lot of time to do it. So I got to keep on moving. Yeah, we got an hour tonight. I don't have a very long show. It's thick, though. It's good. It's thick. It's a thick show. It's stupid. All right. So let me put this up on the board so you guys know what to do. If you want to help support Goof On, we accept all denominations through Super Chat, Super Sticker, PayPal, Cash App. All the links are in the show description. You guys know what to do better than I do. And a goosh. All right. So we're going to warm up a little bit like we do's. Yes, we've got Burleson again. I don't... he's just part of the problem. You know what I mean? See, they think they know. Like I do. Like I think I know everything that they don't know. But I don't know anything. What I do is I look for patterns. I look for people that lie. I look for that people that are telling the truth. Um, and I, over time, when you're in this research field for 22 years like me, you actually get to know people just by watching them talk over the years. So I think at this place in time in history, I think I have what it takes to actually see if these people are lying. And everybody, we all lie the same way, whether you believe it or not. We're human and we all yawn, right? Somebody else is yawning, you'll yawn. Have you ever seen the one where the lady yawns and then her lion yawns as well, the pet? It's something like that. I don't know. That's a bad example, but you know what I mean. We are creatures of habit and we are creatures of our own DNA. We're all doing the same stuff. We all kind of think differently, but alike. We all feel pain. We all see similar stuff. It's how you perceive it and how you analyze the things that are happening in life, in your life, in the world life. And sometimes I need help with that. It's just too much for me to handle. And sometimes I don't. And in this field of research, I don't need much help knowing if somebody's lying because 9 times out of 10, if they're from the government, it isn't the truth. How can it be? Seriously, how can it be true? I'll tell you why. I'll give you an example. Hey, Blue Horse 3792. Now that's what I'm talking about. That's how you start a show. New membership, and check it out, it's red. I've never seen a red membership before. I gotta say it. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. Thank you for becoming a member. Appreciate that support. I do. And hope you have a good night. Look at you smiling, you're happy. That's the kind of guy we need here. I appreciate you, man. Thank you very much, very much. Did Dot, how you doing, lady? Good to see you. Larky Derry's here, everybody. How you doing, brother? Simon, we already said hello. That's right. All right. Well, hello again. All right. So, what was I saying? It doesn't matter. All that matters is we can figure this out together. Who's lying, who isn't. And tonight we'll start off with something like that. The American Alchemy channel says a 2-star general who ran the Pentagon's most classified programs vanished. We know. He ran the space-based laser project, which was served in the National Reconnaissance Office and held oversight of directed energy and space weapon programs. That's McCasland. Just to bring you in again, for those who didn't know, that guy was extremely important. Oh, God, I can't believe this. It's so weird that all these people, I still can't get over it. You know why? Because it's obvious. It's almost as if they don't care. Now I have these other thoughts, right? What if they were targeted individuals, but in another way? What if they were targeted individuals to off themselves or each other? I don't know, man. McCasland, ran the space-based laser project, served in the National Reconnaissance Office. I already said that. He had a PhD in astronautical engineering from MIT, smart guy, and studied at Harvard's Kennedy School. God, from 2009 to 2011, he served as Director of Special Programs at the Pentagon under the Undersecretary of Defense for Acquisitions, Technology, and Logistics. That office oversees acquisition special access programs, and these programs are the ultimate category of secret black projects. Do you hear me? They account for about 75 to 80% of all special access programs in the Department of War. I don't like that this guy is gone. It bothers me for some reason. And this is where all the sensitive technology moves from theory to prototype and something that the military can actually fly, for lack of a better term. And if you're wondering where UFO reverse engineering programs would possibly hide, this is the place. And there's a new documentary coming out from Alchemy. Here, let me play this from American Alchemy. Check this out. Let's listen to what they have to say.
McCasland, his disappearance was discussed. UAPs were discussed. So I don't think this story is going away, Jesse.
This was a man who spent his career deep in the black world of American defense.
Whew.
When you read his official Air Force biography, you realize he had access to things that the rest of us aren't even supposed to know exist. The foundation for that kind of clearance started when he graduated from the Air Force Academy, earned a PhD in astronautical engineering from MIT on a Hertz Foundation fellowship, and later studied at Harvard's Kennedy School.
We know this.
He went on to lead the space-based laser.
All right, he's just repeating what I said. I'm not in the mood to double dip. So that's that. So Michael Salla. You guys know Michael Salla. He's been in this UFO world for 40 years, I think. So David Wynn Miller made some interesting comments about a very large spacecraft, not the one you're thinking of. Here's another one now. Buried in this is just so stupid to me. It's buried in Greenland before his death in 2018. Alex Collier, J.P. Jean-Charles Moyen, and others have also spoken out about such a craft or space ark buried under the glaciers. Listen to what I'm about to tell you. It's so unbelievable what you're about to hear. The 300-mile long, that's right, you heard me say it, 300-mile long timecraft, they're calling it, or spaceship timecraft in Greenland that created the last ice age. That's when it came around, and keeps our plane in constant snowy winters each year just to keep us destabilized, working like madmen to pay for heat, would qualify as too big to move. It says quality too big. It is still operating as we speak, they say. Check this out. This is really unbelievable stuff. How come we're just hearing about this now? Where was this when Rose Cuckold said, "There's a craft be inside of a building. It's just too big to move"? Why didn't this come out then? Check it out.
How many of you know about the object in Greenland? A couple of you, okay. Well, for those of you that don't know, there is a spacecraft that has melted out of the ice in Greenland. As you know, the North Pole has melted completely. You can go from London to Moscow or to Russia by going over the North Pole now. All the ice cap is gone. The last place that has ice on it was Greenland. Greenland had a 18,000-foot ice cap on it. Well, the spacecraft that is anchored in the center of Greenland created the last ice age 50,000 years ago. It's a weather machine.
Guys, come on, man. Do you know what I mean? How could it be a weather maker? We would know about it. Like, all of the meteorologists even the women, would notice that something is a tad askew happening over in Greenland and thereabouts. It doesn't make any sense. And I always say, if it doesn't make sense, something's wrong. Now we've got a weather-making UFO. This is the dumbest, stupidest thing I've ever heard. I mean it. This is as dumb as it gets. Maybe not.
It's 55 miles wide, 300 miles long, and 2 miles high. The people that lived in it were called the Mois. You draw a straight line from the spacecraft to the Washington Monument in Washington, D.C., through the Yucatan Peninsula Great Pyramid at Mitsubishi, and ends up on Easter Island, where the Mois have been dug out of this dirt. The heads on Easter Island, well, 2 years ago, they finally went ahead and they excavated, and they're all 65 to 85 foot people, full body carvings. And these were the people that lived in the spacecraft that was uncovered, that's melting out of the ice in Greenland. So when you think we've been alone, these people have been up there for 50,000 years. The spacecraft is still active after 50,000 years. It has a 200-mile dampening field where no electrons can flow into it. In 1947, a B-52 bomber flew into that pattern, into the dampening field, when trying to fly between Maine and London. As a result of that, they lost power and crashed in Greenland. As they sent in rescue B-52 bombers to rescue them, they hit that same dampening field, but they veered off. They just ricocheted off of it. And by testing, trying to get to these guys, they were able to bring a circumference.
Hold on a second. They flew an airplane into the field and it just ricocheted off of it? I'm not sure I heard that right. Yes, in 1947, a B-52 bomber flew into that pattern
Into the dampening field when trying to fly between Maine and London. As a result of that, they lost power and crashed in Greenland. As they sent in rescue B-52 bombers to rescue them,
how did it not explode or break apart, man?
They hit that same dampening field, but they veered off. They just ricocheted off of it. And by testing, trying to get to these guys, they were able to bring a circumference and find out that there was an object 200 miles to the center of this field. On the southwest corner of Greenland, there is a small community. It's the only community on the island of Greenland. That community is a military post, CIA, that uses a compressed air generator to operate diesel engines to run a Caterpillar to run back and forth to 200 miles from the base to the object in Greenland. A lot of our technology comes from the reverse engineering out of the spacecraft.
Shut up, dude. Shut up. This is so stupid.
It is still functional and is still in operation.
Put a 1 in the chat room if you've heard of this. Seriously. Don't lie. I need to know if you've ever heard of this UFO 300-mile long, 55-mile wide, 2 miles tall UFO that is still operational. Not me. I've never heard of it. And like I brag about, 22 years, never heard of it. You guys heard of it? Bullshit. No way. I know you didn't. Nobody did. You heard of it a year ago? No, I don't buy it. No. See, there's the real answers. Never, not me. Come on, you can be honest. I know it because it's never been publicized. I've never heard of it. If somebody ever knew about this, it must have been, like somebody figured it out one day and just did a video about it. Look, it didn't reach to me. I do a lot of research, and I've never heard of it. I'm sorry. There's no such thing as a 300-mile wide craft or long craft that's still operational in Greenland. How come Greer doesn't talk about it? How come nobody else talks about it? Never heard of it. Sorry. Okay. Well, you may have heard of it. All right. But before then, really, nobody's really talking about it. I never heard of it. Gresham Kid says, I'm older than dirt, and I never heard of it. That's pretty old, brother. Oh, you learned about that in kindergarten? You son of a beep. You mother boop. No, you didn't. It's so funny. I love you, man. You make me laugh. So it's not something that that's in mainstream anyway. And the one that's wrapped in a building like a love burrito. The burrito of love. You know, when you're with your lover, spouse, friend, sexual encounter partner, and you're in a blanket and you wrap yourself up, that's the burrito blanket. It's love, baby. As Telly Savalas would say, who was Kojak, it's all love, baby. All right, let's get back to work. So I don't buy. It is all for clicks and masturbates. Eric Burleson, again, this guy's taken over for Burchett, and he's on every day now talking about this classified briefing he had with Steve Scalise revealing something shocking and undeniable recent effort to summons UFOs. We talked about it last night a little bit. He says that moment changed everything. What exactly are they dealing with? First of all, get evidence. Record that freaking shit. I need to know. But it ain't gonna happen. See, nobody wants to say they have evidence because once they say they have it, they're on the hook forever. And Burleson's not that guy.
Bases or assets or maybe even scientific locations. Is there a consistency with where these things are being identified?
Nope.
There seems to be some commonality where they find that these things appear generally near anything nuclear, whether it's a nuclear power plant, nuclear missile silo, or a nuclear submarine. They generally will kind of that they'll be more often sighted near something nuclear. They'll also be sighted near water.
Oh, right.
So,
we talked about this last night. This is a repeat. Yeah, we don't need to hear that. Makes me laugh, right? And the reason it does, because that's what everybody's saying for years, decades. They don't like us playing with nuclear stuff, which is obvious. And we shouldn't be if we can't control anything. And water. I mean, water. We know that. We know. So Grush, when he went public and did the congressional hearing, we heard nothing new. Nothing. Nada. Zip. Zero. Zilch. Dorothy, what is this? Dit.55. Here's a what if. What if we are already human alien? Yes. What if we're already human/alien hybrids? Thank you. That's exactly what I've been saying the whole time. What if we're the aliens and we don't know it? And they're walking amongst us. Listen. They're walking amongst us. Listen. We're walking amongst us. Do you see? Dorothy, now you got me. Oh my God. Of course they're walking amongst us. It's us. Not the big-headed, big-eyed, no such thing as a tan alien. We're the aliens. Yeah, we are. We are. You're right. 1,000,000%. Yeah. All right. Now you got me there. Now I have to switch everything over. When we go Well, that's why Matt Gaetz says your own sister could be an alien, of course. That I believe. Anyway. But true, because it's us. Ooh, what a great segue into the next segue. Now that you know the truth, why can't we read each other's minds? Why can't we teleport? Why can't we have telekinesis powers? Where's all the goodies? I need to disappear. I need to. I need to have the power. And we don't. See, that's the problem, D. That's the problem. We don't know how to use the goods if we are the hybrids. We are the hybrids. And those who claim they could communicate, they can talk to aliens, they know what they're thinking, why don't they think about that? What about all the stuff all the claims then? Come on now. What about them? What's this? The aliens came here a long time ago. Billions, well, not billions. Well, the Earth's only 4 billion years old. Billions is like, 2 to 4. So the only way they would be here was 500 million years ago. That's when they were here. That's when they got here. If they got here then. At that time. When it was the Pangea era, when it was just one continent, they were here. Can you imagine just to be able to be there just for a little bit and see it? God, the air would be so thick with humidity and so hot, and it'd be so unbearable, but what a lifelong experience you would have. We might be the aliens. I believe in that. That possibility, I should say. Sad. Is smoking weed once a day before bed a bad thing? And depends on the person and how they are affected by the weed. Ain't that right, Gresham? Good for you, man. I'm glad. I'm glad you can make it. I just realized that. Yeah, they have been here a long time. It's us. I think it is. Enzo's here. Really? Where is Enzi? There you are. Good to see you, brother. Enzo, Min32. Min32. 32, Min32. Good to see you. Glad you can make it. I'm trying to get everybody to say, to say, Raylan Rain, to say hi to everybody. Because, I'm not that good at it. Now, when we get to the 2-hour show that I'm going to be doing during the daytime, the intros will continue full throat. So I won't just forget it. Anyway, back to work. I'm so sorry. I'm looking for something that I posted for me to talk about, and I don't know what I did with it. I wanted to talk. Okay. This I want to play. I mean, this is nothing new, though. See, that's what I mean. Frig. So Burchett wants to go and talk to Hannity about what's been happening and says, basically somebody's sending a clear message. What's the message? That you're going to be giddy upped if you talk? I mean, did these 11 people talk? This is what I don't understand. Why did they have to go? because of the possibility they might speak? I hate that. Because they were all working for the government at the Pentagon, right? They were all there. Apparently something has gone wrong. Something happened. Duh. But what, man? And this is a clear message. It doesn't get any clearer than what we've seen. This, to me, should put fear in every one of us, including me. But I have a death wish, so it doesn't really fear me. Fear me?
Republican Congressman Tim Burchett is with us. Tennessee Republican Congressman Tim Burchett is with us. All right, Congressman, 11, and we're talking about people, many of whom knew each other. We're talking about, in one case, a woman that said, if they ever claim I committed suicide, I'm not suicidal. There aren't any autopsies. This is over a 4-year period of time. My antenna is going through the roof. Where are you on all this?
Well, it should, Sean. Thank you for having me on. This is a very important issue. I'm glad Peter Doocy put it before the president. And I hope that the president talks to more than the people that he's appointed, because the onion needs to be peeled back many layers.
Yep.
Imagine if you were, say your family was mobbed up. Let's just use this as an example. And you owned a very nice restaurant with a chef who was worldwide known and had recipes and everything. And then that chef was rumored to be maybe handing your recipes off to someone else, your competitors. You know, you probably wouldn't rough up or kill your chef, but you might destroy or rough up some of your busboys. Now, not that any of these people are busboys, but to me it looks like somebody is sending a clear message. And of course, if you go back to further, I know this might come as a shock to you, but you know, the president has demanded release of the FBI files. And a lot of these people are rumored and a part of organizations and groups that have access to some of those files.
There's 12 now, right? There is 12. Who was the 12th? I can't remember. Is there 12? Why do I say that? And I don't really know. I don't know. But if you say there's 12, I'm sure of it. It doesn't make sense. I just don't know why they had to go. When they make it this obvious, I've never seen anything like this that I know of in ufology. I've never seen anything like this before, where they wipe out basically, you know, a football team. A football team. Makes me a little sad, to be honest with you. I mean, these people had families and shit. I mean, I know I already said it, but yeah, it's weird. I'm going to play this for you because somebody said when I watch this interview, it gives me chills. And every now and then I go back and rewatch this and watch the moment Maria Bartiromo processes what John Ratcliffe is saying. It's the exact instant belief collides with reality and cracks. Wow, let's take a look, shall we? It's not popping up. Sorry. 12, huh? Here we go. Go.
Unidentified flying objects.
What's he laughing about? I hate this MFer. I do. I really don't like him, personally. I think he's an asshole. Always has been. And he's a flip-flopper. This guy's a piece of shit. He just says what he's told to say and when to say it. I don't like him. He's bad news.
I want to ask you about UFOs, unidentified flying objects.
He looks like the guy who played in Dumb and Dumber, Jim, whatever the guy's name next to Jim Carrey.
The Pentagon is going to come out with a report by June 1st. And in the $2.3 trillion omnibus appropriations legislation passed in January, it includes the Intelligence Authorization Act, money for the Pentagon to continue investigating UFOs. John, we're going to get this report June 1st. Can you tell us, have unidentified flying objects been seen?
Well, sure. We have lots of reports about what we call unidentified aerial phenomenon. And this actually is a program that's been in place for a few years in terms of a task force that has been there under the National Defense Authorization Act. But as you correctly point out, Maria, there's now a report that will be issued by the Pentagon, by the Secretary of Defense and the Director of National Intelligence. I actually wanted to get this information out and declassified before I left office, but we weren't able to get it down into an unclassified format that we could talk about quickly enough. But frankly, there are a lot more sightings than have been made public. Some of those have been declassified. When we talk about sightings, we're talking about objects that have been seen by Navy or Air Force pilots or have been picked up by satellite imagery that frankly engage in actions that are difficult to explain, that movements that are hard to replicate, that we don't have the technology for, or traveling at speeds that exceed the sound barrier without a sonic boom. So in short, things that we are observing that are difficult to explain. And so, there's actually quite a few of those, and I think that information is being gathered and will be put out in a way that the American people can see. We always, when we see these things...
Do you hear how fast he said that? There's going to be a way that they put it out for the American public to see. He says it so quick, like he didn't want to say it. Listen.
There's actually quite a few of those, and I think that information is being gathered and will be put out in a way that the American people can see. We're going
to put it out then in a way the American public can see. I always said, and then he goes right into the other. You know how important of a statement that was? And he just jumps off of it like he was just telling you about the alphabet.
That information is being gathered and will be put out in a way that the American people can see. We always, when we see these things, Maria, we always look for a plausible explanation. Weather can cause disturbances, visual disturbances. Sometimes we wonder whether or not our adversaries have technologies that are a little bit further down the road than we thought or that we realized. But there are...
She looks good there for her.
There are instances where we don't have good explanations for some of the things that we've seen. And, when that information becomes declassified, I'll be able to talk a little bit more about that.
Duh! Really?
Can you tell us where it was seen?
Actually, all over the world. There have been sightings all over the world. And when we talk about sightings, the other thing I will tell you is it's not just a pilot or just a satellite or some intelligence collection. Usually we have multiple sensors that are picking up these things. And so, again, some of this are just they're unexplained phenomenon. There's actually quite a few more than have been made public. So I think it'll be healthy for as much of this information to get out there as possible so that the American people can see some of the things that we've been dealing with.
Okay, wow.
Look at that goofy smile he does after every sentence when he's done speaking. He's so fake. I'm not a fan of his at all. He needs to go. He needs to. Actually, Burchett has been very disappointing in the last 6 months. Something happened to him. I think he was talked to. I think he had a meeting with someone, somewhere, somehow. And did you know General McCasland refused to meet with Grush to discuss the UFO topic, according to a recent interview with Eric Burleson? Now, maybe. The list of missing or dead scientists who were working on UFO-related now stands at 12. according to news reports. David Wilcock. Bizarre death is what they're calling it. Would make him the 13th. But David Wilcock was not part of the program, right? That McCasland and the other 11 were. It doesn't count. If I passed away today, does that make it 14? No. I'm just a regular schlupp who's been doing this for 22 years, who very rarely, if any, gets credit for anything. But that, my friends, is because I tell the truth. See, what if I told you that all of these people who went missing or passed away isn't true at all? See, they all couldn't go missing, right? And they all couldn't die. So they had to somehow split it. Now, if you had, let's just use the number 10. If you had 7 of the 10 die or 7 of the 10 go missing, well, that's awfully strange. But if you almost split it down the middle like they did, 60% dead, 40% missing, it doesn't look like too bad. But they're all connected. David Wilcock's not connected. He's just a researcher like me, like you. He wasn't part of that program that I know of. Neither am I. Neither are you. So for them to say he's the 13th is a lie. So now I wonder what is really going on. Dorothy has a super chat with a comment. Thank you, Dorothy, for being a continuing supporter. Super chat for a super UFO freak. Oh, I'm sorry. For a super ufology freak. Kudos, Rich. Thank you, Dorothy. Thank you. I am a freak. Anyway. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. A super duper chat. Oh boy. So what I was going to say is, so if they're going to add David Wilcock to this list, now we're talking about ufologists in general. So then you'd have to add Nick Pope. Is he part of this list? I didn't think he was part of it. Is he? Is he dizzy? I don't think so. I don't think he's part of this list. Hey, what's up, Ozzy? The Ozzy Boss Tiger's here. What do you say, brother? Good, good, good. Thank you for coming in to say hi. Look, hey, another Magnoliav. How you doing? I like that car. Raylan Rain, Tacey Hale, everybody. Tacey, how you doing? How you feeling? Moody Mungo, everybody. Moody Mungo. Paris. Excuse me, guys. I see people. I gotta say hi. Now, as I said, when we go to the daytime in May, on May 4th, this will be a 2-hour show. And I will say hi to everybody at the beginning, like I've been trying to get back into. But because it'll be 2 hours, there'll be a whole new intro. Only, 45 seconds. That's it. No more 3-minute intros, 3.5. All right. I know I got to get back to work. This is why I like the 2 hours, because I could talk about anything for a minute. Alex Jones. All right, we're going to listen to this first. Oh, no, we can't. He's live right now. Yeah, and I'm really upset that Amy Eskridge is gone. That sucks. She said she was targeted. She said, if I pass away, if I da-da-da-da-da. It ain't me who's doing it. Why her, though? Why? I don't get it. Let's take a listen to this. I just want to see if there's anything new. I bet. Because she's cute. Guys, we all know why he reached out to Amy. We all know. Oh, it's not playing? What the hell? My bad. How did that... Wait a second. I was just watching it on the channel with you. Oh my God, I'm freaking out right now. That was really weird for me. Holy shnikey.
Where are you right now?
I'm in Spain.
You're in.
So she says, how did you meet? He goes, that. You'll see. And every guy here knows that's not why he reached out. He reached out because he's thinking, oh, maybe, right?
Spain. She's in Alabama. How did you two connect?
We connected on X, Twitter as it was then. And,
why did you reach out to her?
Because I needed to cheat on my wife. And I thought maybe she would like me. I'm bold.
Well, she was making some very funny rants under an anonymous account, and then we started.
Guys, how many people out there make contact with a girl because she made some funny rants on X? It doesn't happen.
Talking, and she was still anonymous.
Unless you want sex appeal.
I thought I was speaking to a middle-aged man, and we had a couple of all-nighters where we were up all night just talking about UFOs, talking about science, asteroids.
He killed her.
And then slowly, over a period of a couple of weeks, she revealed who she was to me. And then we became like kind of besties, sort of, pen pals type things, but online.
Have you ever met her?
I've never met her physically, no.
And she was saying things. I mean, you've provided us with text messages you say are from her, where she's saying, if I die, it wasn't suicide.
Yes, basically, yes.
How long had you known her when she was when you say she was texting you this?
She started with that information probably about a month after we first.
Do you know, Gresham? I don't know if you know this, but there's a guy who comes here. His name is Lucian. He has a channel for music and stuff, but he's doing a show after this one. I don't know if that's who you mean. Let me see. Oh, I can't find the link right this second. Damn it. Anyway, I think that's who it is.
She was introducing me to her co-workers, other scientists. And then
Do you have a
she
link?
died,
I'll throw the link up for that guy.
She'd known since she was since her childhood. They came forward. They'd been attacked as well in relation to her. Her co-workers had been attacked. They'd been roofied. They'd been beaten up.
Listen to this guy. I'm going to rewind it a little bit, and then we're almost done. But listen to what he's saying. I'll shut up. I'll shut up.
When she was when you say she was texting you this.
She started with that information probably about a month after we first met. But as I said, she was introducing me to her co-workers, other scientists. And then after she died, other people that she'd known since she was since her childhood, they came forward. They'd been attacked as well in relation to her. Her co-workers had been attacked. They'd been roofied. They'd been beaten up, and they were absolutely terrified. They said, Amy gave us your contact details in case anything happened. Then other scientists started coming forward as well, saying that I'm interested in UAP and I've had directed energy weapon attacks. So, all this is well documented. The particular
well documented where? Like, where are all these scientists working that are all saying they're being attacked?
Well, that's the whole thing. They don't want to come forward precisely because they've been attacked.
Okay, but where are they working? Like, why would they be attacked?
Because they were working on projects with Amy Eskridge and everybody around her was being attacked. So it was basically it was a policy to stop her, to debilitate her and dissuade her from working, debilitate her if they couldn't get her to stop working, and then to terrorize her by isolating her completely, by attacking everybody around her as well.
What was she working on, this anti-gravity research? What was that? And why was it be so sensitive?
Well, I mean, if you're using still chemical rockets to go to the moon and you've got some young upstart scientist comes along and says, well, I've got a a propulsion system that's like much more efficient, then you're going to lose a lot of money. If you're looking at free energy and she's saying, right, I can provide free energy that obviates the need for fossil fuels, then you're going to be very worried about that. And the fact that when she had that particular directed energy weapon attack that I documented, she was working on a program for Homeland Security, and I went to meetings on that with her online, where she was working on a project to protect subways across the continental United States from chemical, bio, and radiological attack. So there's a lot of different potential threat vectors there.
Wow. Good for her for being so thorough and shit. All right, last thing. Somebody said there was a call for the David Wilcock 911 call. I think I may have it here. Let's see if this is it.
Writer and YouTuber David Wilcock has passed away. David, who built a platform...
I can't play this. It's E-News. Sorry, guys. Here's the link, though, if you guys want to look. I don't know if this is it. I don't know if that has the call on it. It doesn't say it. And I've been looking since I saw somebody say that. I can't find a 911 call yet. But if it leaked out, it's somewhere, maybe on X. I don't think it's on YouTube. What a strange world right now that we're living in. I mean, this has really gotten out of hand. And I'm not worried because I don't make any discoveries that are world impacting, for the lack of a better everything. I don't make discoveries like that anymore. I mean, if I started posting some of the UFO videos, which I'm going to, maybe somebody might take me out after they find out what I have on video. And the only reason you guys haven't seen it, because it's in high 8. And when I put it up and I was editing it on high definition, it's very hard to see. The digital world we live in does not make the high 8 stuff better. It makes it worse. And the reason for that is because you get to see all of the flaws in the high 8, and it sucks. So I have to do a lot of altering and shit, and I didn't want to do that. I don't want to alter my own evidence so you can see it. I figured it's easy to see. Well, it is easy to see on the high 8 camera, even on a 2-inch screen. But I put it up on here, and it's hard to see. But now I have no choice. I've got to figure it out. I have the software to get shit onto the internet now. That's not the problem. The problem is I don't like it the way it is. That's why it looks like shit. All right, let's get out of here. I'm pretty sure that person was talking about Lucian, and I asked them if they had a link they could drop in here, but I didn't see it. I don't see it. But anyway, thank you everybody for hanging out tonight. I know it's just an hour. You're used to an hour and a half, but we are going to be doing 2-hour shows in May. So, it's nice to get out of here for a little earlier for me because my throat is really sore and I could use I was going to take the whole night off actually, but I didn't. But I appreciate the super chatters, the moderators, the newcomers, the veterans. Thanks for hanging out. Thank you for being cool in the chat. And I'll catch up with you guys on the next one tomorrow night, 7 p.m. We'll be here. And tomorrow afternoon at 2, if you're interested in anything First Amendment, I'll be going over auditors' videos tomorrow. So on kinetic audits. Thank you very much for hanging out. And hey, if you ain't looking up, you ain't looking out for ufology. You know what I mean? Get off the phone while you're outside. Pay attention to your surroundings. You'll be surprised at what's right above your head. Someday you may make history. Don't rely on people out there like a David. I almost said David. I was thinking of who's the guy? Bledsoe. Yeah, you don't want to wait for that guy to come up with anything. All right, I'll see you guys on the next one. I'm babbling. I'm a babbling brook. Can we go? All right. We'll see you guys. Peace. And Liam bless.
Not wasting breath on lies that conceal. That's why I speak plainly. There's only so much time, and I've only got one life I can live. Time changes a man, and I've got 0 fucks left to give. I'm not trying to be anyone special. Never wanted to be a hero. Just a man who saw the fire and refused to remain a liar. You can call me paranoid, but what I say is clear and true. When the clouds roll in and the winds blow hard, you'll remember that I warned you. And if you can't handle the truth, if my words cut too deep, I'll say it one more time, 'cause the truth